And welcome back to BFG, the Barely Functional Gamers Podcast, episode 57. I'm Chris.
And I'm David.
And it is June 16th at the time of this recording. You can catch us live every Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at twitch.tv/barelyfunctionalgamers or on any of your podcasting apps. You can also follow us on Twitter at twitter/BFGS podcast. On Instagram under the Barely Functional Gamers name. Sorry, at Barely Functional Gamers. And then on YouTube and SoundCloud under the Barely Functional Gamers name. Also remember, this is not a work-safe nor child-friendly show, so do what you have to do because, well, I'm not going to be responsible. I can't be responsible for myself, so why am I going to be responsible for that?
No, he's not responsible at all.
I mean, I'm responsible for getting this going every day, or every Sunday, Anyways, whatever.
Like, don't try to say
way too much to go over this week.
All right, yep. E3 happened this week. Ton of stuff.
God damn.
Some major aggravation, but but as well as some very, very good surprises and just some really cool shit. We literally could do half-an-hour videos on every different little subject that happened this week, but we're gonna do our best to sum it up all right now in half an hour. Yeah.
The first thing I'm gonna go off of, since we're gonna go a little off script here, we're not gonna talk about what game we've been playing because it's dauntless, but we're going to talk about how E3 for some reason has been going the way of a dodo, and the fact that they're doing too many fucking side things in the middle of it all.
Yeah, is
all these stupid shows.
Yeah, just get the part that I hated about E3 out of the way.
Yeah,
too many performances, and I will mainly point at Ubisoft and Digital Devolver and PC Gamer.
Yes,
game show. They're for 10 minutes of total gameplay under half hour, or not half hour. Some of them were like 2 hours.
Yeah,
but we'll say this like a third or less of the time was spent actually showing games, and everything else was performances and fucking ridiculous stupid hosts that I don't care about and advertisements for monitors and chairs and fucking
PC Gamer
and fucking musical tours.
Oh god.
And look, our Netflix shows. Like, I don't want to see your fucking commercials.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm not here. I want to see games. It's E3. I want to see your games. I don't need to see, like, oh my god, look at this host. They're so zany. Look at them, and they're in a costume. No. Oh, fucking A.
Yeah.
It's just like, falling asleep. Oh, sure, they're going to show a game now? Oh, shit, it's over already. Okay.
God damn.
10 minutes later. Oh, they're going to show something. Cool. Oh, that was like a 30 seconds? Oh, okay.
No, there were definitely a couple times I saw myself as we were doing the live reaction to the conferences, and I noticed I was in there
bored as hell.
Oh my god, I'm falling asleep.
Bored as hell. It's like just show me the games. Nintendo and Microsoft by far had the best showings here at E3 because it was just games. Whenever they had a person on screen, it was specifically to explain something game related.
Yep.
It wasn't like a puff piece. It wasn't a host asking questions and shit. No, it was like the person that just came up to talk about a specific subject that was the game or a new console or technology, and then straight into showing it.
Yep.
Just like no nonsense, just boom, 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 everything I fucking wanted to see, and I was entertained the entire time.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So, anyways, too much bullshit, and not enough games on a lot of these shows. Anyways, so let's talk about what the actual games that we did see.
Yeah, and enjoy. Because we saw a lot of games, but the ones that we saw and were interested in. Right.
Yeah. So we'll start off. The first one we watched was the EA conference, and really out of that, there's only one game that I cared about, and that was
the Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yes. Yeah. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah. Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
I put yes,
you did. And it was good for what we saw. I mean, it still looks like it's got a long way to go. I'm kind of surprised it's going to be releasing as soon as it is.
Right.
But, which is November, I believe.
Right.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I mean, that's some great looking fucking set.
Oh yeah,
here.
no, they definitely did, and the gameplay.
And I love that right, that part where they just showed it here, where you're like Shadow Colossus just climbing this fucking AT-AT. Yeah, it's cool shit, man.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was fun to watch. It was entertaining in what it was.
Yeah.
It definitely felt like Force Unleashed.
Yeah,
that's the feel I have for
it.
And
that was a fun game.
Yeah, no, it was
a lot of fun. There was a lot of cool mechanics here. Graphics look really nice. The environments, I'll say, look really nice.
Yeah.
Them Wookiees look rough. Those Wookiees look really rough.
Like I said, it looks like they still got a ways to go before they're done.
Yeah, November, man.
Yeah.
That's real soon. We're probably not going to see anything change from those Wookiees, though.
Oh, they better. But
that fur looked gross.
Yeah.
It looks fun. It looks fun. Yeah. It has a lot of potential. Until I actually get my hands on it, can't say. I'm kind of hoping that little droid that they got, which by the way reminds me a lot of old school like Nintendo Famicom like Rob stuff.
Yeah.
No, it looks very cool.
Yeah, it does.
I'm excited to play it.
One thing I want to throw in there is people I've been talking to, well, specifically Charles, one of my friends, was saying how that he feels the character they have, the person they have playing the main character in this, he feels like it was a wrong casting. And I was like, I don't know. I actually like the character from what is it? Gotham. Right. He was the Joker, or was a version of the Joker in there, and he was zany and weird. Didn't really seem like he'd fit the role, but from what I've seen from this, he looks good, and he seems to know what he's doing, and he seems to be really enjoying it from what we had watched the video of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, I mean, is he playing like a specific character from the lore or something that people are saying he's miscast?
No.
Because if he's a new character, how can you say he's miscast if he's a new character with a new personality and a new...
No,
you know what I'm saying?
It was just
Charles,
Charles believes he wasn't a good casting for this role. I don't know.
I don't understand.
My opinion is, we haven't got to see a lot from this guy. He could be as good as what we got from Heath Ledger as the Joker. Nobody expected Heath Ledger to be a good Joker.
It's true.
So
it's true.
I mean, can't judge people right away. Is what I'll say.
And like I said, it's a new role. I mean, how is it miscast? You don't know who the character is. You haven't really seen anything from him yet.
Yeah. And
the character looks like he has fun. He has I've gotten a little bit of a good relationship between him and his droid. Like the interaction seems pretty genuine to me. I mean, it feels very Star Wars to me.
No, yeah.
But I don't know. That's my opinion. Anyways, let's move on.
All right.
Because that was the only thing from EA that I was interested in.
Yes.
All right.
Moving on to
next, Outer Worlds.
Yes. Outer Worlds finally got a announced a release date.
Yeah, they got a release date. And just generally talking about it more, more of the choices and whatnot. So it's not really like a big announcement.
No.
It's just like, hey, we have a release date.
Which, I mean, the environment still looks really nice in this game.
Yeah.
I was watching a video of them talking about, what was it now? Crud. It was right there on the tip of my tongue and I forgot what I was going to say. Anyways, that's what it was. So they explain the reason why you're able to slow down time or move faster, and it's a side effect of partially being frozen for too long, partially the way the mad scientist brings you back. And so they were talking about how that is the reasoning why you can do those things, which is pretty cool. I like the fact that they explain it.
So yeah, October 25th.
Yep.
So release date. So again, soon. The end of this year is gonna be nuts.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of stuff coming out in November and October, and I think September too, right?
I think there's a couple in September.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be. There's too many games for I think most of us to actually be able to buy them right away. So I think a lot of that's gonna run into the Christmas holiday season.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna, it's gonna be a good holiday season,
Well, this is definitely gonna be one I'm gonna get.
All right. So, anyways, no big announcements other than the release date for that. So let's move on to. So go into the Microsoft conference, and a game. If you've ever watched us at all, you know. We are fucking in love with this game.
Yes.
Cyberpunk 2077. Looks so good.
Yes. Oh yeah. It also got a release date.
It did.
Yeah.
And we called it. It was going to be in 2020.
Which makes complete sense for anybody who's a Cyberpunk fan.
Right. But yeah, the trailer they showed definitely looked like it was pre-rendered stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it looked good, and it showed a different side to the game.
The more darker side, the seedier side of it.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, even darker than the first trailer.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Because things definitely went south in this trailer versus the other one, and we got to see the male protagonist in this version, which his personality is way different. Way different than the female protagonist. So I'm glad, because I was kind of feeling like they'd be the same personality, just a male and female version, but they seem to be very, very different.
Oh yeah,
which is great, really great. Looking forward to it, and of course the big surprise, which I hadn't heard shit about. I don't think anybody did. I'm surprised you keep this fucking thing a secret. Was that Keanu Reeves is in the game?
Yep.
He's gonna
pretty cool.
He's gonna be
Johnny Silver.
Johnny Silverarm.
Yeah, Silverarm. Yeah. Which, if from 2020, he was a main character in that story. And I believe it was suspected he had died.
Right, but no one ever saw the body.
Yeah.
So he's believed to be dead. So we don't know exactly what his role is going to be in this game. But that's just pretty dope.
Yeah, definitely.
And he looks good as a fucking Cyberpunk character.
I'm gonna make a speculation on the character. He isn't going to be real. He's going to be what the chip was that he put in his head. It was a backup on there, and it's going to be his personality is being produced as a ghost.
That's pretty good. That's a good theory.
Yeah,
that's a real good theory.
So, but that's just something that I was thinking about.
That could be though, and that would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
like if he's just kind of like with you all the time, like I guess after you get the chip and stuff.
Yeah, and he's kind of like he's antagonizing you to go a certain route. That would be kind of cool. I would love to see that as a story.
Yeah, no, because that would actually be really, really good as to why it is that he'd be in a lot of trouble for having it, why it's so important. Because I'm sure the information that he has is fucking I can't think of the word.
Detrimental.
Yeah.
To the corporations. Yeah, I can see that being a big play in this.
Yeah. Cool. I didn't think about it that way. That's fuck. Yeah, that definitely changes things. That's gonna be fucking cool. Very cool. Just because we need to show it, let me fast forward for just a second here.
Yes.
So we can actually show Keanu Reeves here. And put on big screen.
There you go.
Because there he is. As soon as I heard that voice, I was like, "Oh shit!" I've been playing John Wick at work, so recognized it right away.
It was the moment he removed the sunglasses. We both just cracked up laughing. If you guys haven't got a chance to go see it, we have a live reaction on our YouTube channel. And yeah, it's just we're both just dying laughing. It's like, oh fuck yes.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. 4/16/2020.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and all the crowds went ape shit. Completely ape shit. I mean, people all over the internet are going ape shit. Cyber Wick. Anyways, so more Microsoft stuff. So I know in the past we talked about like Azure and their computing power over the internet, all their servers and stuff.
Yeah.
And so they announced Flight Simulator. A new flight simulator.
This one looks really good, and I'm very interested in it personally.
Yeah, so it's going to be using, as it says right here, satellite data and Azure for the AI. As far as AI is concerned, I'm not sure if they're talking about like for the physics of like, gravity, air, clouds. I'm not sure everything, but also there's like animals
Yeah.
and stuff. Everything looks very, very pretty.
Oh yeah.
And the cities look super detailed. I mean, I've been, I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, so I have pretty good knowledge of what San Francisco looks like. I also visit Seattle a lot, and seeing those places here, I'm like, oh, I can actually tell not just landmarks, but regular buildings. I mean, hell, there's a shot in here where it flies by the Space Needle in Seattle, and I'm like, oh, hey, that's that McDonald's that's right there. And it actually has the M, it has a McDonald's symbol. I'm like,
it's
like
McDonald's.
I'm like, oh shit, it's that shitty McDonald's is over there. And I'm like, so that means that down the street you're gonna be able to see the fucking duck tours.
Yep.
And like that parking lot
where we parked.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen enough of that area. What I know, like I said, a little bit of what it looks like. So as far as the AI is concerned, we'll see if there's like cars and people walking around. I don't know if they get that detailed. But goddamn, it looks pretty.
Yeah, it definitely makes me want to get this and get a HOTAS and go flying really freaking close to buildings.
Right. Oh yeah, you always do your crazy shit when you fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looked pretty, and it's definitely looks just like it's a very pretty experiment.
Yeah. No,
definitely. For them to use
it,
all the computing power.
I'm excited to see how they do the weather in that game. If it's going to be, as you were saying before, through the satellite weather, or if it's going to be what's the word I want to use? Set up so that it will happen at certain times.
Is it like a scripted event?
Yeah, exactly.
Or is it mimicking real time weather patterns in those areas? Which would be pretty cool. Yeah. That would be very cool. Because they said they're using satellite data, right? So I don't know. I'm not sure if they're saying they're using satellite data in order to create the landscapes, which I'm sure is part of it. But if they could also be reproducing what the current weather is in those areas, that would be pretty fucking awesome.
That would be weird, but very cool at the same time.
Very cool. All right, so got to move on more.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
But even though it's like something simple, it is just technically it's just fucking awesome.
Yes.
So anyways,
so now a blast from our past.
Definitely.
Battletoads was talked about at Microsoft, or at the Xbox. Microsoft,
yeah, because it was teased before, where we saw just like the fucking hover bike crashing and stuff. But now we get to see a little more what the actual game looks like, what the actual characters look like. I'm kind of on the fence about the art, in this one, the art design. It's very flash. It literally looks like they hire. I didn't look at who the developer is, but it looks pretty much like the artist from like Castle Crashers fucking drew these.
You're not wrong. It's very very wonky, very very different from what we remember.
Yeah.
What is it? Our Battletoads were more like the style of like the Ninja Turtles or Street Sharks.
Right.
This is more like, I don't even know.
These are the Castle Crashers.
Yeah. That's the best one to put
it looks a lot like Castle Crashers. So, I'm hoping that the gameplay will be good for this, because that's the biggest thing about it, is that the gameplay is very much like that they modernize it, but that it feels like Battletoads. Graphics aside. So we'll see where it goes. Potential. Yes. We'll just say that. So I hope for the best, because I do like that franchise. I like the style, the music, and the characters. They're fun.
The craziness,
yeah. I mean, it was the first game of its kind to do something so crazy and zany when it came to a side-scrolling beat 'em up style game.
Yep.
And it was a platformer, side-scroller beat 'em up. It was a few different things mixed together. So, and it was very imaginative for its time. Anyways, another classic. I guess you could say it's classic.
Yeah. No, it is. I definitely played 1 and 2 when I worked at Sega.
Right.
So yeah, for the remastering.
Yeah. Phantasy Star Online 2.
Yes.
Man, I played the original Phantasy Star on the Dreamcast.
So did I.
Way ahead of its time. Dreamcast first system to have a modem on it. You could get I think back in the day, like Nintendo had some stuff. in Japan only, where you could connect to the phone, and Sega had like the where you could connect it to the cable and stuff like that for download stuff. But it wasn't like an actual like playing together online games like the Dreamcast did. Phantasy Star was my first foray into playing an online game, an MMO. And yeah, it was fun. I mean, the world that it inhabits was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
So to see this remastered, I think it's remastered, right? And brought onto
Is it
consoles.
No, it's not remastered. I thought this was a new one altogether.
No,
I don't remember there being a Phantasy Star Online 2, was there?
There was. If I remember, it just wasn't released here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, but it was very popular elsewhere.
I could see that being the case.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this though is that they're going to go the Dauntless route, and it's going to be free to play and cross-platform,
which is awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Because if I remember right, like this came out on the
Xbox.
Was it the Xbox?
Yeah,
yeah.
It was the original Xbox.
Yeah, this is on the Xbox. Yeah.
I remember because I bought it and I was like, oh wait, I have to have online for this? I don't have online for this. I don't have internet. What the hell?
So
I was poor.
So spring of 2020 is when that comes out.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that because I haven't been into that universe in a long time. So it'll be fun to revisit that.
Yeah.
So as far as aside from the Keanu Reeves surprise, which is probably the biggest surprise of Microsoft's show, something else that was a surprise for me was
for you, for all of us. I was like, I'm not so interested.
Yeah, it was like Forza Horizon 4. I'm like, okay, more Forza, yay. I'm not really like usually into racing games unless they're arcade style racing games. And I was like, oh, look at this. It's Forza, but it's a Lego expansion. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's actually really well done. It looks really pretty. And they made the right choice in picking Everything Is Awesome for the song. And look at that. Look at that. Pirate ships and fucking driving through Legos and Legos scattering everywhere. And it looks fantastic. I'm like, this looks like a hell of a lot of fun. Because like I said, I like more arcadey style stuff. And so that's kind of what it turns into, is like more of an arcade style, crazy fucking driving game. Yeah,
no, definitely. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't believe they actually make me want to get a Forza game. It's like I got free Forza games on my fucking Xbox. That's the only way I ever play. I'm like, oh, it's free and it's pretty. Let me see how pretty it is. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I'm like, oh shit, this looks fun. So.
And it was really cool because they had a car on the stage that turned out to actually be a Lego built car.
Life size,
yeah.
Lego built car. Yeah. So
that was
cool.
crazy.
Yeah. So Microsoft was fun. Like I said, they boom showed you just games. So it was really good.
Talked about their new console a little bit.
New console. Not a whole lot of details yet. So I'm just gonna save that for later. Not enough details yet, but we do know it's gonna be powerful. They said that it's gonna be focused more on games. Because they kind of dropped the ball this generation with the Xbox One, where they tried to make it too much into a multimedia center, which is what nobody wanted. So let's go back to just having video game console. You have all these new developers now that you bought, so they can make exclusives, and let's just focus on some games now. Especially with all that computing power, from Azure and stuff. Come on. Anyways, moving on to Bethesda. I'm gonna play.
So I'll say this since I actually watched it.
Yeah, because I didn't get to see it live.
It felt like the first at least 5 to 10 minutes of it was we fucked up. We're sorry, but not sorry. It was like, we fucked up. We acknowledge we fucked up. Deal with it. Here, we're gonna give you what you actually were asking for in the beginning, anyways.
It's like, it's like, we're sorry that you want more.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, man.
But, hey, look. People.
NPCs.
I know. Human NPCs. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that was the big thing. Was, hey, people
are coming back to the wasteland. Look, and then they're going to have, like, another vault area that you can go to, and then there's the DLC, or not DLC. It's oh yeah, it is DLC. It's the extra part that adds the PvP aspect to it.
Right, which actually looked pretty cool.
Yeah, no, yeah,
it looked pretty cool.
The trailer for it was really cool. Well done.
Yeah, I'll just say this. Like, I'm definitely like been hating lately on Bethesda, and it's mostly because of all the corporate fucking runaround that they've been giving. You know, instead of just straight up saying, "Hey, look, guys, we're sorry, we didn't give you the experience that you wanted.
Yep,
but we're listening. We're gonna fix it." And we're going to bring it to you as fast as we can. If they had just said that, I don't think anybody would have been angry. It would have been like, okay,
stop
fine.
lying.
But no, the lying and the runaround and the like, oh, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
That's what got everybody pissed off. Because like right now, like human NPCs, you know, choices of consequences. You know, this big old new battle royale mode is like what, 250 people or something?
No, I think it was 52 people.
Was it 52? All right,
yeah.
52. Whatever it was. It's a lot of people.
No, it is.
You know, just all this stuff is really good content.
Yeah.
But we're also pissed off and in a bad mood and just, you know, sour from everything leading up to this. It's kind of hard to get excited about it, regardless of whether or not it's actually good content.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I have 76. The update might make me go back and take a look at it again. But if I feel like there's too much of an issue with it, I'm just not going to bother anymore. So I will give it a chance. I will go back because I am definitely a big time Bethesda fan, or was, and they've kind of burnt my bridge a little. So I'm very much on the fence with this. I'm not sure where to go.
Yeah, I mean they made the effort to do a free play from, was it between the 13th and the 17th?
Yeah, I think something like that.
I think there's like at least another 2 days left, today and tomorrow, of their free play for Fallout 76. You know, if it actually is good content and worth playing, then I hope it does well. But at the same time, it's just like it's really hard to want to jump back in when you've been burned so badly already.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's stop fucking with that. And let's go to my second most hated show of E3, which was Ubisoft.
Oh, god damn it.
So really, out of everything they fucking showed, there's only one thing that I was actually interested in. Lightly interested in. You know? And that was a new Watch Dogs.
Yeah. And
the only reason is because it looked somewhat pretty. It's it happens in London this time, so a futuristic version of London looks pretty cool. I'll go big screen real quick. And I think the only reason I'm really interested in this is because you can actually recruit people, you know, and you can recruit just about anybody as far as what they're saying. Like you know, you do things right, you can recruit people. You have permadeath. So you have to have enough people in your group so that you can keep trying. Everybody has different abilities. You know,
again,
some
consequences.
People, yeah, consequences again. Yeah, it's like, and you have like robotics experts and like hackers, and you have like ex assassins and ex MI8 or 6. Wait, hey, forget whatever the fuck it is.
I think it's MI6.
MI6,
anyways.
Yeah. You know, so that's the only reason it looked cool to me. Was like, okay, they're actually implementing like big gameplay changes, but and it looks pretty. So, yeah, I don't know. I played a little bit of the first Watch Dogs and like on a demo, and I was like, meh, you know. And I heard a bunch of disappointing stuff about it, so I never picked it up. Or no, I think the demo was for part 2. The demo I played. I don't remember, but I was like, meh. But because of the new gameplay elements, I'm slightly interested in those. Yeah. So, anyways, but
it could be good.
Could be good.
We'll say that. Anyways, probably should move on.
Yeah, that's it from Ubisoft though. It was just a bunch of the same and just like
dance routines, bullshit, music.
God damn it! Well, I want to see games, not fucking performances.
Yeah, it's
not a fucking Vegas show. All right, and then my most hated show of E3, the PC Gamer Game Show. So much bullshit.
Yeah.
So much like awkward interviews and very
over the top BS.
Over the top BS, over the top hosts.
Yeah.
That just trying too hard to be zany and
it's almost like they were trying to get their acting career to start.
I know, for real. Shit. God damn it. But anyways,
yeah.
You know, for the 30% of the show that they actually showed games, let's talk about the stuff we did like. Yeah. So, again, if anybody's ever listened or heard us, you know, Shenmue III. So, some actual new footage of Shenmue 3. You know, it got pushed back to November, which I'm kind of nervous about because there's so many good games coming out in November. But like, for instance, it's looking much nicer.
Oh yeah.
Like this character, for instance, that he's fighting. This is a character they showed way back in their first trailer, and he looked like shit back in that first trailer, and I was really, really worried. But now he looks same style as everybody else. Looks like Shenmue.
Yeah.
You know, the choreography for the fighting looks nice. The backgrounds look nice. You know, the game doesn't have any of the Sega branding in it like the original. I mean, they can't because it's not Sega actually making it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little weird for the longtime fans, I think. But I'm hearing good things from those that got to play a demo from E3. They're saying it feels like Shenmue. And that's the biggest thing for me.
Well, I'll throw in there's some bad news going around now about it. So Wisenet and Deep Silver have confirmed that it's going to be on the Epic
Store exclusive.
Yes, for a year. Right. And people were upset about it because the Kickstarter had announced a Steam version and whatnot before they had announced this, and then say it's going to be exclusive, and it's like, okay, well, what about the people who already got it on Steam? So as they went to E3 for the PC gamers stuff, they were talking about how they were going to look into it further, and so it's made a lot of people nervous. So there is a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's going to be Deep Silver's fault. This is not the first game they've done as an Epic Store exclusive. Without the developers, you know, like what was the other game? I forget now. Was it
Metro Exodus?
Was it Metro? Yeah, it was Metro. Yeah.
Exodus.
Again, it's Deep Silver that's making the decision because that's the publisher. So you know, it is what it is. It's business. It's business. Can't do much about it. And I think what they said is they're going to do refunds or something.
I don't remember
because I don't think they're gonna honor Steam keys or something like that.
Okay.
So I think it's just they're gonna do refunds, or something like that. I don't know. I put like $300 into the Kickstarter, you know, and I was purchasing the PC version. I haven't received any emails or anything yet from them, so I'm not sure what's going on yet. Because personally, I personally don't care if it comes out on Steam or Epic Games Store. I have both anyways. So whichever one it wants to come out on, just give it to me in that format. As long as I get all my fucking shit that I paid $300 for, you know, because I'm supposed to get all sorts of, you know, extra stuff.
Yeah.
And so, anyways.
Moving on to one that I'm definitely interested in. It's coming from Chucklefish, which Chucklefish is pretty cool. We enjoyed a lot of their stuff so far.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff.
Starbound, yes. Yeah. This one is Starmancer. You're playing an AI who is reviving clones in a station, and you're building a station. You can make friends, so on and so forth. But yeah, it looks really cool. It's definitely something that I'm interested in. I've already paid for my Kickstart on it. I'm a backer for them. So the game is looking good. It's customizable. It's fun. It's I'm trying to get into the beta because the alpha is already out and you can't get into it yet. So once the beta comes out, hopefully I'll have access to it and I can play it some. But from what I've seen, it looks really good. It looks like it's going to be something I'm interested in.
Yeah, and personally, I love the art style on this. It's very charming, even though it is
dark,
like a 3D game. All the texturing is done with a pixel art style, and it's done well.
Yeah.
I mean, just because of the movements, you can tell it's actual 3D. But yeah, I mean, it's like super like simple geometry, just like I said, with pixel art slapped on it, and it has a good look to it.
Yeah.
Good look. So I'm looking forward to this. Very charming. Looks like there's a lot of customization options. They showed a lot of different items and styles and stuff, and that was one of my favorite things in Starbound, was being able to create stuff and finding new things. Like, oh shit, I like the way this looks, and I like the new functionality of this and that, and so it should be pretty cool.
Yeah, something to look forward to.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Because again, if you watch us, you know we like building shit.
Oh yeah.
All right, so moving on to Square Enix.
Ah, yes.
Even though Square Enix is making lots of other things that wasn't necessarily shown at their conference, it was shown later at the Nintendo conference, which we'll go into in a minute. But we'll go with the big boy for Square Enix.
Oh yeah,
which is of course everybody knows
Ah.
is Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
So they showed more of the gameplay, more of the battle system, which looked good, and they also showed off Tifa, which everybody was apparently waiting for. I mean, what can I say? It's Final Fantasy VII, which
it's fulfilling further of our imagination of what the world was. That at the time the technology didn't have the ability to help develop the world around them, and so it was left to our imagination, and it definitely fits exactly what I would imagine the world to be. Yeah. So they've done a really good job of going back and making this work.
Yeah, the original was on the PlayStation 1.
Yep.
And it uses pre-rendered backgrounds. I mean, they had to use high-powered PCs to render out all these like fantastic, high detailed backgrounds, and they were either a still image or a video plane with the simplistic 3D characters that you actually had control of on top of it.
Yeah,
and that's what they had to do back then. So there wasn't a ton of exploration of the city, because of the limitations. It was PS1.
Yeah.
So in this, it's great to see that everything's in 3D. You can move the camera around. You can explore. They're doing an episodic style for this game, so I'm hoping to see that you get to explore Midgar a ton more.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because they if they're gonna do episodic, they can spend a lot of time in Midgar and just have all these like little storylines in different parts of the city and stuff. Because like they can really work on detailing one part, have that come out, start working on the next, and before you know it, have the whole city built up over time. And it could be fucking cool. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. I mean, we'll get more details later, I'm sure. But I'm just happy that it's still happening.
Yeah. No. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Man.
And Tifa fighting. Because it actually looks like she does martial arts stuff. There it is. There it is. There it is. Punch. Shoryuken. Yeah, she did a Shoryuken there. For those that are just listening. No, it looks great. I love that they still have the crazy ass character designs. They just make them look realistic.
Yep. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited.
Is that a Kappa? And the motorcycle stuff looks cool too.
Yes. Anyways, we probably should move on.
Yeah. Definitely should move on. All right. So also from Square Enix.
Yep. Yes, Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix doing the Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah.
So we watched it, and like everybody else, we assumed this was going to be a multiplayer game the way they have it playing out. It looks like you can switch between characters. Found out through IGN following up with them, had found out that Crystal Dynamics has said that it is going to be a single-player game, and the multiplayer aspect will be in unlockable side missions.
All right.
So, yeah, I mean, I was more excited for the idea of being a multiplayer story, but sometimes you don't get what you want.
Yeah, but if it ends up being a little more like, let's say, like Uncharted, where there's a lot of big set pieces with very like scripted events that are just fun to play through, and it's just like very like over the top. It can be a lot of fun. Even single player could be a lot of fun.
Well, and they said it was going to be a lot of stuff was going to be scripted.
Okay.
So
yeah, because I know what they're showing here. They said was all in-engine footage.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily gameplay, but in-engine footage. Some of the scenes are made to look like it's gameplay, but of course, no, it's not. Hopefully, it does look this pretty. My only gripe, which a lot of people also had on the internet, was that the faces of the characters are just kind of ordinary.
Yeah,
they're just kind of ordinary and generic looking. And like I said, I think the best meme I saw on the internet was they showed a picture of this game where they have all the characters like lined up, and underneath it was all the in Spaceballs. If you ever seen that, where they captured all the people, but they captured all the stunt doubles instead. It's like, you idiots! That's their stunt doubles. That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, I hope they listen and they do change those faces, because it literally looks like they just modeled like their friends for reference on their faces.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on. So then we're gonna go to Devolver Digital.
Oh yeah.
Which is probably my as much as I love Devolver Digital games, their E3 show was probably my third most hated of everything. I think it was PC Gamer, then Ubisoft, and the Devolver Digital, because of all the unnecessary bullshit.
Yeah.
And here they made it was it's supposed to be like a fun, zany like storyline with characters and stuff, which was fine for the first 5 minutes, but the fact that a majority of the fucking show was this fucking
what was it?
Like TV show that they made?
I think they did like maybe 4 games at the most they showed.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. It may have been less.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like the games that they showed, but there just wasn't that much.
Yeah.
Anyways, so for anybody that may have watched, I was playing The Messenger.
Yes.
So yeah, here we go. Here's that first free expansion to The Messenger, Picnic Panic.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful. It looks like they've gotten their style down a lot better now.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of throwbacks to the original, but all the new stuff. Yeah, it looks very, very bright and vibrant. It's a tropical theme, which is kind of interesting.
And it's free.
Yeah,
July 11th.
Yeah, free expansion. So I'm looking forward to that. More tough as nails fucking gameplay. That game was hard.
Oh yeah,
game was super hard. Also from Devolver Digital, a newer property.
And this one really caught my attention.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, this is fucking dope, dude. I gotta say.
It's called Carrion.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to big screen right away.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's called Carrion, and you're playing this creature that had been locked away and in a test tube, and they were like trying to figure it out, whatever. And you break free, and you're going around killing all the scientists and the security guards there and whatnot. And you just get bigger and bigger as you destroy and eat them.
Yeah, it's a reverse horror game.
Yeah,
you play the monster. And the gameplay looks fantastic, dude.
Yep.
I love it. There's so many things I love about how they're doing this. You mentioned earlier that you just get goop and blood on everything.
Yeah.
It looks great because after you've been through an area, it looks fucked up.
Which it's exactly what you would expect. So, like, for example, Aliens movies, you always find that with all the junk all over the walls and whatnot of how they've taken over,
I believe
and that's exactly
acid or something, right?
And it's like that's exactly what it feels like with this. Is you're starting to take over this area.
Yeah,
and then also there was what.
Well, and it looks like there's like somewhat of a physics system to this, because things fall and you can move them around, but just also the tentacles on this thing, which make it look very lively and creepy. And I was talking about the camera work. Yeah. Camera work's great in this. I love it because as you move, the camera's bouncing and kind of like really quickly moving like you are, and it tilts and it makes everything looks very chaotic and crazy.
It's a bit jarring, which is nice.
It's jarring, and it's in a very dirty, grimy, dark pixel art style. Probably more, not maybe like Super Nintendo, maybe a little higher than Super Nintendo era looking graphics, which and it looks fucking beautiful.
I'll say this: it when I first saw it, the first thing I thought of was The Thing. If you haven't seen the movie The Thing, that's exactly what I thought of, and it's like it's an alien life form that is able to inhabit bodies and like mutates them and shit. Yeah, it's cool.
And it looks to be a Metroidvania game. Yeah, because you do get new abilities as you go along, and those new upgrades allow you to traverse new areas. You know, there's passages are blocked by certain things, and then you get the new ability, and you can now pass by those blocked areas. So it's very much a Metroidvania style game.
It's a Monstrovania style game.
And it's cool because it's like there's dudes with flamethrowers, and they can set you on fire, and then you have to like jump into water if you want to put out the fire. You can drag people into the water with you. And, I'm interested to see. I mean, we've only seen what is this, like a 20-minute gameplay demo, and I've already seen so much evolution and gameplay changes and difficulty changes along the way. So I'm very excited to see how far this game actually goes. Yeah, and I haven't heard yet how long the game's gonna take to play, but I'm hoping it ends up being very much like Metroid or Castlevania, that you get like at least 20 hours. We're not talking about like a speed run kind of person that can beat this shit in like 10 minutes, but like generally like first time playing, enjoying, exploring, like at least like a 20-hour adventure. Yeah, that could be pretty dope.
I do like the way they do the saves in here too. Yeah, how you're like creating a small hive area.
Yeah, so gushing, this is a long show, but there's a lot talked about, so let's move on real quick. All right. Another blast from the past. So we'll real quick, we're gonna move on to the Nintendo Direct for E3, which is by far the best show of E3. I felt like.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
I'm not gonna show it here, but they did do Dragon Quest Heroes characters for Smash Brothers, and also the big one at the end was that Banjo-Kazooie is in Smash Brothers. I'm not going to show them here. Everybody on the fucking internet showing it. I'm sure you've seen it already.
And if not, you can go look at ours on YouTube.
Yeah, we do have reaction videos about that. So I'm just going to go real quick about other than that. Because I actually don't play Smash Brothers. Yeah, I love the throwbacks. I love the fanboyism of it. But I'm no good at the game. I don't play it. When I buy them, I'm literally just fanboying out, and I'm no good at it. So we'll go on. There's tons and tons of stuff they showed. Yeah. But a lot of throwbacks, a lot of classics, and some remasters and collections.
So excited. Yes. I need to get a Switch, damn it. I need to get a Switch.
So as soon as I heard the fucking music for this, I was like, holy shit, those trumpets! Panzer Dragoon! Yep. So a remaster of Panzer Dragoon. It looks fucking great.
Oh no, it looks amazing.
I love it. They capture that art style of the artwork. Because this was on the Sega Saturn, the original. Yeah. And the Saturn wasn't the best at 3D, but they made a game that looked good for the Saturn, and they had some like great fucking artwork in the instruction manuals, and stuff. And this very much looks like that artwork did. So it's kind of cool to see this.
It's nice to see that they captured the gameplay style from the original and added the artwork. Yeah, that would be a better way to say it.
Yeah. It looks fantastic. My hopes are that this is kind of a test run to see if people are still interested in the franchise, that they can make something that looks pretty cool, and that they will maybe, if not a remaster, at least hopefully a re-release of Panzer Dragoon Saga. Because I would be happy if it was just a fucking re-release. Like, if they didn't do a damn thing to the graphics and they just fucking re-released it, my hopes is that they do a re-release. Bigger hope, like I said, remaster of Panzer Dragoon Saga. For those that don't know, Panzer Dragoon Saga is an RPG in this Panzer Dragoon universe. it came out at the very end of the life cycle for the Sega Saturn. And me personally, when I was a kid, I was very poor, and it took a little while to gather up money to buy a game.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I was able to gather the money in order to get the game, I had the money on the release date, but the only way you would get a copy was if you had pre-ordered it.
Damn.
Because they literally only printed as many copies as pre-orders.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it was at the end of the life cycle. So I never got my hands on it. You can't buy it for any less than like $200.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, as much as I want it, I'm not going to spend $200 on it. So my hopes are, because that $200 is just going to some douchebag that's trying to sell it off for money. So my hopes is that they do a re-release and I can actually give money to the proper developers and play this game that I've been wanting to play since I was a kid. Anyways, I fucking rambled on. So the next thing, another blast from the past. They showed a new Contra game that they're working on. We're not going to show it here because it's still very early and not a whole lot there. But
I did love how over the top and zany it was, though.
Yeah, so it kind of didn't feel like Contra to me, but it looked fun. But what I'm going to show here is that there's a Contra Collection.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, so it's like everything from like Game Boy to arcade to the Nintendo and the Famicom to the Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Just all these different games that were in the series on all these different consoles. And it looks fucking fantastic.
Oh, yeah. It definitely does. One thing I'll say is Steam has already started their Contra.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they were like, oh, look, they're doing it, so we're going to throw up all the Contras here. Go ahead and buy them. So
right. But for the Switch, to have all these in one place and have it on the go, should be a lot of fun.
No, definitely.
Should be a lot of fun. And it's one of those things where it's just like, hey, it's out right now, Oh, the other thing, which again, I won't show so basically Trials of Mana, which was the third game in the series. They're making a 3D version of this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm not going to show. But what I will show here is that they're doing a collection of mana,
which is awesome.
It's awesome, yeah. Final Fantasy Adventures on the Game Boy. Secret of Mana that was on the Super Nintendo, which I still own, have the box and the fucking instructions. Like, complete unbox Secret of Mana. That game's fucking dope.
It was
back in the day. Trials of Mana never came out here in the U.S. So this collection will be its first time it's officially ever been released here in the U.S.
That's gonna be kind of cool.
It is. I know at the time, it's hard to imagine now. But at the time, we didn't get all the games that were released in Japan. Now everything gets released here. Mm-hmm. Back in those days, it was very like, you might get like half the games that are released there because, we don't think the U.S. market will like this, blah, 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 blah. At the time, there was a game called Secret of Evermore that was getting released, and that was an American developed game. And I kind of feel like they didn't release Trials of Mana here because it would have competed with the sales for Secret of Evermore, which I rented and absolutely hated and was super, super pissed off for many, many years that they never released Trials of Mana on the Super Nintendo. But hey, now I get to play it. Yeah. Again, released now as the E3 conference. And just plenty of stuff. But we'll end with one last note about the Nintendo conference.
The one thing they ended with as well.
Yes. Which everybody's going to just ape shit about.
You might as well put it big screen, man.
Let's go big screen. So that would be the sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
And there's just so much to take from this trailer. One, of course, right off the bat, you notice Zelda has short hair.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that she's going to be playable. Because, like, why would you shorten her hair? Because you don't want to fucking deal with the physics.
Yeah.
On the Switch. And they're both wearing adventuring costumes. They're working together. and there's a lot of speculation.
Oh yeah,
as to what's going on here, because here this zombie here, which is very much in the style of all those other zombie
mummies. They
the
were
mummified, the monks and stuff.
Yeah. Seers, weren't they called Seers?
Something like that. It's been a while since I actually played it, but I did beat Breath of the Wild. It was such a great game. Yeah. So the whole thing, yeah. The sequel's in development now. That was the whole reason they even showed this. So you saw Hyrule, the Breath of the Wild version of Hyrule, but you don't see any of the shrines or the towers in that shot. So the speculation now is like, did they time travel? Like, are they in the past? You know,
interesting. This
could be a past version. This could be like all those battles they talked about. All these, maybe they're trying to go change something, so that all this stuff didn't happen, so all those people didn't have to die.
It's an interesting take on it.
Yeah, they could time travel. Again, that and then that thing they were writing doesn't exist in the current version of Breath of the Wild that we have. That creature's nowhere in the game.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
It looks like a more prehistoric version of some of the ox-looking things that are in there, but like it's different. You know, and that mummy has to be fucking Ganondorf, because what's it called, the Gerudo?
Yeah,
right. All the like jewelry and shit that's on it is Gerudo jewelry. It has Gerudo symbols on it. Right, which Ganondorf is Gerudo, and if you ever looked at Ganondorf from like A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, stuff like that, that the headdress that he has on there is the same style that he always has, and stuff. And so it's like, I don't know. It's like we're gonna see where this goes. I kind of hope for time travel. That'd be kind of dope for them to go back and to see what the Breath of the Wild environment was like before the catastrophe. You know, back when what were they called? The Zion? No, not Zion. But all the old ruins. It's a civilization that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. That's
kind of been forgotten to time. But you see all the ruins throughout the Breath of the Wild. You know, a lot of the stuff like before the Sheikah technology and stuff. So if you go back in time and see all these dead tribes, like, you know, remember the barbarian armor and stuff, that's from that tribe.
Oh, okay.
Which no longer exists.
Yeah.
Like I say, you see all those ruins and stuff. So they can go back before this, you know, these people existed, or before history changed, before the whole catastrophe thing. That'd be kind of dope.
No, yeah.
You know? So
I'm kind of excited for it.
Yeah, we'll see. And if, like I said, if it's gonna be either you're gonna play as both Link and Zelda, and you're gonna be able to switch between the two, maybe co-op.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
But what could also happen, because you see Link, kind of that weird green magic energy that's coming down, that's holding down that mummy. You see it go into Link's hand in the trailer, and his whole arm's just fucking glowing with that magic. And it's like,
even notice that.
Yeah, so it's like, is he gonna lose that arm and have to have like, because I know there was concept art for the original Breath of the Wild where they had like an older version of Link, and he had like this like prosthetic arm thing that was like Sheikah technology and stuff. So it's like, oh, are they gonna maybe like do that? You know,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, but if, for all we know, maybe maybe something bad happens with Link and you play as only Zelda. Who knows? I mean, we know nothing yet. This is all speculation, but it's gonna be, I mean, if they take all the lessons they learned from Breath of the Wild, it's gonna be fucking fantastic.
Hopefully yeah.
Nah, dude, no, it's gonna be. It's gonna be. No, hopefully it's gonna be. All right. Anyway, we went on long enough.
Yeah.
Losing my voice now. Okay.
The most he talks.
I know. It was a very exciting E3. A lot of aggravation, but also a lot of cool, exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways,
no, definitely.
We're way over time.
One last bit would be the Link Awakening game. It looks really good.
Yeah. The remaster / remake of the Link's Awakening from the Game Boy.
Yeah.
It looks cute. They do like a little miniature toy style to it, and yeah, it looks really cute. Looks really fun. And we'll see like what other changes. I mean, they let you do your own like dungeon maker in there of sorts.
We'll see. It could be fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, till next time, I'm Chris.
And I'm David.
And this is BFG. Thank you for watching.
Later.